Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Figgy Studio. My name is Bridget, and today I'm sharing a creative deen-inspired art project that explores Arabic calligraphy. For this project, you will need a pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, a ruler, of course paper, and coloring utensils of your choice. Okay, so we are going to put this Ramadan in a doorway or a window. So in order to do that, we just want to measure out even space on our paper, coming down 1 ruler's width from the top, 2 from the bottom, and I'll go ahead and draw a light line there. Same on the sides, 1 ruler's width. Doesn't really matter the width of your ruler, you just want the space to be even so that it looks neat. So now I basically have the bottom part of my window. Now I'm going to measure just the middle of this piece of paper. So this is 7 inches, so I'm gonna mark at 3.5 on that first mark that I put on the sides, just so that it's even. I'm gonna make it about 4 inches. Put a mark there on that line, and another one here on the left-hand side. And I'm doing that so that I know where I'm gonna draw my archway to. So then I just wanna connect those lines. Go ahead and flip your paper. So from the bottom we went up 2 because we want to leave space for the word to come out from the window. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys up front that I am not an Arabic speaker and I struggle to read it, and I am in no way a master calligrapher. Maybe you're asking then why would I do it? Well, for me, working with Arabic, of course the language that Allah revealed the Quran in, gives me a connection to my deen and my faith. So I'll put this up here so I can look at it. I need to reference. All right, so I'm gonna start with 1 more line that's very light, and that's where my letters will be written from. Ramadan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. So that means this dod is going to be in the center. So we want to go ahead and figure out where the center is of your window. We already measured that before from the beginning, remember? At the top of our archway. So that's where I want my 3rd letter in the word to be. Start here. I want my raw to be kind of swoopy and come down. And I'm just kind of sketching them out. Here comes the dod. 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 Arabic is not your first language. It's kind of tricky to learn how to say some of these letters. And then here comes my noon. And I want also my noon to be kind of coming out. Dot has a dot, as does the noon. We're gonna put 3 vanishing points on this to add some dimension to the word Ramadan. So this will be our first one. So think about the lines converging here. That's the first vanishing point. And then you wanna choose 2 more points on the side. That will be the other vanishing points that will form the letters. So let's start with first, go ahead and turning these basically into, you can think about them as like bubble letters. Whatever I've put already, I'm just gonna go ahead and parallel those lines and to make these a little bit chunkier. So for the meme, I'm gonna write inside, and then this is connected. So when I make artwork that includes Arabic, I consider it a study. I'm studying the letters and I'm studying the words and their meanings. That's a way for me to connect with how Allah revealed His Quran to us. All right, Ramadan. So now we're going to work on the center letter, the dod, and making the vanishing point to here. So what you want to do is you're going to draw and connect tiny lines, tiny little lines, to this vanishing point from the points on the dot. Dod. Dod. Even, let's say from this aleph, which is very tall, this way, I'm going to draw a line to that vanishing point. So basically the 3 center letters are going to this. So now with the ra, we're gonna take it to this one. And I don't really need to draw the whole way over there. It's just helping get the angle the right way. And even at the bottom. Now for the noon, I'm gonna go to this vanishing point here. Now I want to do the same thing. I'm going to follow the original lines that I made for these letters and just define where the back edge of it is. Now with the dots or the nuktas, you can always turn them into something. And I was thinking to make this one a star, as I did in the other example. Turn this into kind of a comet. All right, so now we're just going to trace it out and erase. Okay, time to erase. Now we're going to go ahead and color this one out. All right, colors. Colors. Oh, the colors. Just love that sound. I've got a bunch of warmer colors. I'm going to use some of those towards the bottom. So we'll start with something really bright. So I'm going to be doing some blending. So I'm coloring darker towards the bottom and then kind of medium and then to light, because I'm going to come over it with another color. I'm going to share a version of this on my website. Share with your friends, share with your children, maybe your students. This is kind of reminding me of either a sunrise or a sunset. These colors, we're choosing the warm colors, reds and yellows and oranges, pinks. I'm gonna throw in some maybe lavender here after a bit. And then we'll do the Ramadan word in cooler tones. So one of my experiences with Arabic as far as being spoken was when I went for Hajj. When you go for Hajj, I mean, subhanAllah, there's people there from so many different backgrounds. And one of the times when I was at the Haram, it was, of course, time for the prayer. We were trying to find a spot and ended up praying like behind this pillar next to this sister. Before the prayer, she and I kind of engaged in this, I guess you would call it a conversation, but we didn't speak the same language. We were still talking to each other, subhanAllah. And we were talking to each other basically in broken Arabic words that we knew and hand gestures and motion. And subhanAllah, like, I don't even know like how, can understand that. But the amazing thing was that we were sharing these broken stories with each other. And then it came time for prayer and we had like this common language. We had Arabic. We were praying in the same language and we were understood by each other. We're of course understood by Allah. There was just so much wisdom in it. That's one of the connections for me. Just sharing a little bit about me. Maybe you have that experience. I don't know. Maybe you're fluent in Arabic. You just want to learn how to do calligraphy. Maybe you're studying too. Inshallah, I'm hoping to start a new series, a new playlist that will be called the Remembrance series. It will be about basically learning Allah's names. I'm going to start a sketchbook and each time we're going to focus on writing out one of Allah's names. So if you're interested in that, you can follow along with that series. How cool would that be to have like a sketchbook full of Allah's names? We might need more than one sketchbook. You're going to need 99 pages. So I'm just building up layers of color to blend them together. So working lighter to darker and working the way that the colors progress kind of on the rainbow. All right, let's work on the word itself. I'm gonna choose some cool colors to kind of contrast with the warmer tones that are happening at the bottom. Look at this little baby one. It's so cute. You can obviously see that's one of my faves. Just can't help myself when it comes to the blues. Look, I'm even wearing blue today. So let's see. I'm gonna make it lighter towards the inside of these letters because that's where the light's coming from, and darker on the outside. And I'm gonna use the same technique. I'm just gonna layer them up. You can do all your letters the same color schemes, or you could do them different colors. And do the same thing now on the other letters. Remember to share your Ramadan completed calligraphy pieces with me on Instagram at Figgy_studio. I always love to see everyone's work. I'm gonna come back in with the black on top of these colors, putting a layer of any color in with your black kind of gives it more depth and visual interest. It's not so flat. So I'm using a dark blue and a dark purple first, and then I come back in with the black. There it is, Ramadan. Inshallah, until next time, Assalamu alaikum.